Welcome to the What Up Doe podcast, the podcast with one queen and two king crusaders. Hosted by the dynamic trio, Donnell Warren, Helen Blashars, and Robert Nelson. Lifelong friends hailing from the iconic Martin Luther King Jr. Senior High School in Detroit, Michigan. This show is your go-to source for an exhilarating mix of entertainment buzz, community news, and heartfelt discussions. In a world that keeps throwing struggles our way, from politics to personal struggles, we're on a mission to lift each other up and heal those wounded hearts with joy and humor. Join us as we navigate this wild ride called life. Share stories, insight, and plenty of laughs along the way. Don't miss out. Enjoy the What Up Doe podcast wherever you enjoy your favorite podcast. Also join our vibrant community on YouTube at What Up Doe 313 Detroit.
The Lions still winning. Can't be. You know the Lions still winning. They is. You know the Lions still winning. For real. They said we couldn't do it and we did it. They did. And the play.
Tiffany T. Barb Barber is an energetic comedian and actress who went from a 14-year career as a social worker to pursue her passion for comedy. As a first-generation college graduate, she has broken the cycle of incarceration in her family, proving that determination can triumph over adversity. Growing up in Detroit, she attended Dillard University and earned her MBA from the University of Detroit Mercy. T-Barb is known for her infectious humor and the ability to connect with the audience. Her strong work ethic and unique comedy style makes her a great fit for any project. She often shares her favorite quote, "You don't have to stay where you start," reflecting her belief in the power of resilience. In addition to comedy and acting, T-Barb is an author, a vegan chef, philanthropist, mother, and motivational speaker. She's also dedicated to supporting her community through her nonprofit, T-Barb and Friends, a 501c3, and delights her social media followers with funny reels and TikTok videos. Plus, many have noted her resemblance to the R&B favorite Keisha Cole.
What up, Doe? I would like to introduce our guest for today, the What Up Doe Queen, Detroit's own Tiffany T. Barb Barber in the house. What up, Doe?
What up, though?
That's a What Up Doe entrance.
Yes, it is. What up, though? You know they
I
love
love your videos, girl. So you my like first TikTok friend, like I met in for real life, for real. Because I've been watching your videos and I was following you before. Then I met you. I just ironically, we came to High Society that day.
Yeah.
We were going to see our friend Howie. You know, we went to high school with Howie.
Okay, shout out
We
to
all
Howie.
did. Went to Martin Luther King High School. So that's how we all know each other. So we was going to support. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I was fangirling.
It was a 2-for-1. It was a 2-for-1. It don't get no fancy now. You come for something else and you get something else. So that was a great time. And we had a good time too. It was a good show.
We had a good time. You moving up though, girl. I see you, you know, you everybody watching you. So I'm so happy for you. I am. So what high school did you go to?
Mackenzie.
So
first, let me give an honorable mention. I went to Finney High School for a year. So honorable mention to my little East Side stint I had. But I'm a true Joy Road girl, and I graduated from Mackenzie, the Mac High School.
Wow.
I am Stag.
I thought you was about to say Cody because I used to teach at Cody.
Well, you know what? We be beefing with Cody, so no. No, not at all. No to the comments. Okay. And I'm glad you don't.
What year did you come out? What year? You got to rep your year now.
2000.
Okay. So you way after us.
I won't say way because I'm still in that auntie film. I'm in that auntie realm, but I take it 2000. You know, I'm feeling on the cusp.
Yeah, a nice even number. That's a nice even number.
Nice even number.
We ain't too far. 1999.
That's when we thought everybody was gonna die. 1999 midnight. We thought all the computers was gonna shut down.
Yeah.
Y2K,
right? Y2K.
Everything.
About 24, 25 years later, still here.
That is crazy. So we gonna all ask you a few questions and go around freestyle how you want, you know. And we're going to start with my boy Donnie. You met all of us at the comedy show too. So
what's up, Donnie?
Yeah.
What's up, Rob?
What up, though? No, but thanks for taking time to come out on our show. Been trying to do a little read up in history, educate myself on you. And one of the things I wanted to ask was about your foundation. I found that to be pretty interesting in reading that. Let me get it's T Barb and Friends nonprofit Saving Through Heart. Let's talk a little bit about that, how that came about, what you're doing, what's coming up with it.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate the research.
Yes.
Okay, make me feel special. Okay. But it's interesting, and I'm glad that you brought that up because I have some initiatives coming up with that. So T Barb and Friends started because before I was doing comedy, I was actually a social worker. And I did social work for 14 years. And I actually got involved in social work because my mother was raised in the foster care system. And I saw a lot of the issues that it brought with her. My parents met fresh out of prison. That's not a joke. They really did in a halfway house. So I was raised with a lot of adversity. So after I stopped being a social worker, I still had the need and the sense to want to give back to my community. So I gave back in the capacity of protective services and adult protective services and foster care. But this gave me the opportunity to do more of what I wanted in the social work realm. You know, when you're working at a job, you may be helping, but you still have to do what they want you to do, you know, still policies and procedures. So with T Barb and Friends, what we do is our ongoing initiatives have been our hygiene kits. So we've been providing hygiene kits to kids in Detroit public schools, laundry soap, quarters, combs, brushes, deodorant, Vaseline, things like that help them with their hygiene, feminine hygiene products for women, socks, things like that, because a lot of times the kids get book bags and stuff, and we love that too. But sometimes those kids are getting picked on because they smell or because they need. And when I was growing up, I didn't have a washing machine. And I can remember, anybody know, if you from the hood, you washing jeans in the washing machine is death, okay, baby? Because you can't never get the soap out. I don't give a damn what kind of soap, how much soap. You be rinsing for 4 days. Then your mama then came in and cussed you out because you run up her water bill. So now you're out here itching with some jeans that ain't never gonna iron out ever in life. It look like I'm walking around a pair of chitlins. So I felt like I wanted to give somebody that opportunity. We also feed the homeless and we do a warming drive. This year I had a loss in my family, so we normally do it on Christmas. We're gonna do it on New Year's Day this year. But we give out gloves, hats, scarves, the warmers. Sometimes we do hygiene kits for the homeless. And what we'd like to do is a double impact in our community. So we try to buy them from a small owned business, the meals that we give out, and then give them to the homeless. That way it affects the community and helps a local business, but we're also turning over our dollar more than once. And now we have a new initiative which is going to be centered around mental health and drug use. And we know a lot of people, especially now, we have a fentanyl crisis. We have a lot of opiates. They're doing Molly, ketamine, cocaine, a lot of different things. And these kids don't realize that people are making this stuff at home. They're engineering stuff. It's not like it used to be. They're putting fentanyl in it and people are overdosing and dying. So we're going to start working on providing those fentanyl strips to the youth and to just adults who, even though we don't want them to indulge in certain things, we know that they are, and we at the very least want them to be safe, and also to understand that a lot of that drug use or the want to use these drugs comes from mental health and the feeling beneath ourselves. And as Black people, sometimes we don't realize how hard we have it, men and women. We just have it.
Say that.
So those are some of the things. So T Barb and Friends, if anybody ever wants to give, they can go to the website. We have been doing this now for 3 or 4 years. We fed over 500 local people. We've provided hygiene kits for over 500 people. I've done mentoring every summer at Kibalon Village, just to talk about awareness, mental health, and just overcoming obstacles. So thank you so
That's
much.
beautiful.
That's nice.
That's beautiful.
I'm the,
That's
I'm
beautiful.
the, you know, I'm the I y'all love the ghetto, y'all. Y'all
Yes.
That's right.
Oh no, that's dope.
Yes.
That's real dope.
Yes. What about
Big
Detroit with
time.
the mayor? What you think about the mayor thing going on? You know, we gonna lose Duggan. I
You
don't even
know,
know.
I feel like one thing about being in politics, and one of the reasons I've never wanted to really jump in there head on is because it's just one of those things where you're never gonna please all the people all the time. You
Never.
can do 80% of the things right or 90%, but that one neighborhood you didn't hit or that one grandmother you didn't listen to, it turns it to bad. So I feel like
Yeah.
again, I'm kind of upset. I feel like
Yeah.
could have used a couple more terms to finish his vision because the
Yes.
next person is not going to come in and enact that vision. And we know when we
I
have to
feel you.
start from scratch, y'all
Yeah.
know how it is every time you meet a new boo. I know because I'm a professional single person. So
Yeah.
every time I meet somebody, I gotta start over. He gotta find out what I don't eat. He gotta find out I might fuck
Yes.
for the night. He gotta my kids gotta like him. You know, I gotta make sure his feet might stay. I just gotta learn all these things all over again every
All over
That's how I
again.
feel with Detroit. We had a good thing. We had our boo. We was building, boo. You know what I'm saying? I was losing
Yes.
weight, stomach was getting flat, you know, chest was getting perky. Here you come, messing it up. So
I
hopefully
love it.
somebody with that same vision. Because other than that, baby, because I just rolled down Dexter, and that's when I said Mike Duggan doing his thing. Have y'all been down Dexter lately?
Where? Oh, Dexter, where?
Baby, Dexter from Davidson all the way to Joy Road. Swear to
Really?
God to you, when you start riding down it, it's gonna give you the
I'm gonna
whole
go
recap
too.
of
I ain't
everything
been
that
over
he's
there in
done.
a minute.
All
I
the
haven't been.
the abandoned buildings are down. I'm not saying like it's already. Now we ain't saying that,
Right.
but a lot
But
of
it's getting
abandoned buildings
there.
are down. It's freshly paved. There are new businesses on Dexter, y'all. And I ain't just talking
Wow.
about no liquor store. I've seen another kind of business.
Wow.
Wow.
I used to be over there too. I haven't been down Dexter though. I've been on Livernois over there, but I haven't been down Dexter lately. I gotta go ride down there just to check it out because I was totally unaware of that.
Mm-hmm. What
Yeah,
else you
and
got, Doc? You got something else?
Huh? Me?
You want
Yeah.
it? Well, we want Rob to go next.
You can go. Rob can go.
Oh, okay. You know, this morning we was kind of brainstorming on how we was gonna kind of formulate a couple questions for you. I'm not sure. You want me to answer the what up doe question of the day question, or you
I
just
want
want
you
me
to
to
ask whatever you feel comfortable with.
The what up though question of the day.
the what up doe question of the damn day? Now we were just trying to figure out, was you single? Was you married? I guess you kind of filled it in. You was single.
yeah, I am
So
single and I've never
okay.
been married before.
Never been married and
Oh,
single.
yes.
So now them two married, right? I'm the only single one out the bunch. But we
Yeah.
was having a conversation on the phone between the three of us the other day, and I was just giving them an example of somewhat a date that I went on. And here's the question. Okay,
Okay.
I'm trying to build it up. Just
Okay.
say you meet somebody, you know, a guy you kind of like, young or whatever age choice you like, but you like the guy, right? He kind of invites you out on a date. You agree to go, right? Okay. So while y'all there, he asks you, okay, you know, I'll pay for the meal. You lead the tip, right?
Boom.
So in a situation like that, you know, what would your response be?
You know what's so crazy about that, Rob? I think you've been over here in my life, right? Because I have been going through that, right? I swear to God. So I've been dating someone,
Stop.
and yes, and we have done that. So let me say this. I will say this. Traditionally, I probably would have really been turned off, right? Only because
Okay.
that's what I've been raised. You know, we going out, a man takes care of this or that. Now, what I will say in the position, because this was my first time, that's why I say you must be over here, because it was my first time dealing with certain situations that I'm used to a man really doing, you know, and in this situation, I feel like we just kind of trying to like each other. So I have, and I noticed the last time we went out to eat, he said, I'm gonna leave the tip because he saw like I was like, I don't mind sometimes. I don't. I just don't feel like a woman should be obligated to do it at all. Now,
right.
you know, sometimes a man may say, well, I don't have cash. That was kind of like, but I did it a couple times, but I don't want this to be a pattern. I don't mind doing it sometimes, but I don't want it to become a pattern or a requirement that if we go out to eat, I'm leaving the tip. Because a lot of times I'm not even eating as much as y'all eating. First off, I don't eat,
Right.
and I'm a vegan, so it's gonna make
Right.
it a little different. And now I'm
Yours
leaving.
gonna be more expensive though, T Barb. You know the
Well,
vegan.
depending on where you go, baby. Because if you go to the Pony, I'm gonna get that little vegetable stir fry, and that boy gonna be about $8. You gonna have
You know
steak.
the walnut cheeseburgers
Eat
don't be
good. It
cheap.
ain't cheap. It ain't cheap.
You
Walnut
Eat
said the
cheese.
walnut cheese. You know.
Hey,
You know.
watch your cookbook, girl. You know that in the hood rat kitchen. Cut it out.
You already know. But I do, and I'm not gonna lie. I think that it's different strokes for different folks. I don't think a woman should completely just not talk to a guy because he asked for that. But I also want men to understand that if you want a woman to be soft and in her feminine energy, then you have to put her there. And there
Yeah.
are a lot of women, like for instance, someone like me who I would consider myself an alpha female, but I'm very soft and mushy. But I
Right.
to be put into that soft and mushy place. And a lot of times as an alpha woman, I'm making decisions all day. I want to get around a man and be a blonde. I want to be dumb.
Right.
Where we going, where we eating, and all of that. So,
Right.
but when I'm providing, it doesn't put me in the mind for that. So I'll do it, but that's going to change the dynamic of what I feel the relationship is. So yeah, I'll do
Yeah.
it, but you'll probably be shifting the dynamic in your relationship once you have a woman do that.
You kind of agree with all of us in a sense because I
same.
said I would be offended because I was raised like you said where woman don't. I was like, you if you can't pay for all of it, then go. You know what I mean? But and then Donnie was like, well, I mean, it depends on the situation, you know.
I wouldn't do it. But what was interesting is when he brought this up. Who was it that I told y'all told the story? Gilly from $1 Million Worth of Game.
Okay.
He said his wife he's been with now for 20 plus years. He said when he first took her out, the bill came they went to eat one of their first dates. The bill came to $100-something. He played like, oh, he ain't had the money because she paid it.
Yeah.
He didn't say nothing. She paid it. So they left, went the rest of the evening. Say he got home, pulled out $500 and gave it to her and said, look, that was just a test earlier. You don't have to ever worry about paying for nothing. So all I'm saying is,
I ain't
you
gonna
just
pass the
never
test.
know. Now that was just his. I'm not saying everybody's situation gonna be the same.
Monkey.
But it was interesting that he said that he did that to them, and they was young then. You know, he wasn't making as much money, but he had the money. He just wanted to test her to see would she have his back.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
So
like
what
it's
y'all
other
think about
tests.
that, ladies?
It's other tests. I
Right.
feel like there are so many tests, and it could be things as much as let's go on a date that maybe doesn't require as much money. Is she willing to go have some coffee or tea with me, or
Or
go
a free date?
cream, or is she willing to meet me and not always at a man's house? I think they go wrong with that because some women are feeling like, oh, so what are you trying to do? But you might say, hey, I'm into working out. I'm a fitness. Hey, want to go for a walk? I've been trying to get my
Right.
cardiovascular together. Let's go for a walk. I know this cool little cut. You want to meet over here and let's walk and talk. Or, men have got out of that. You can always get a blanket and find out what she really like to eat. And
Right.
women, to be honest, especially women like me, I want to be a wife. So I'm dating to be married at this point.
Yes,
I mean, so
exactly.
if we go do something and you go out your way and you do a picnic for me, that might really make me feel special. Like, oh my God, he went and got the juice. He's been listening to what I like. So those to me are the ways you test it. It doesn't always have to be that way because what if she really didn't have it? What if she was looking forward to a treat?
Right, for sure.
What if that $10 or $20 tip might be taken from her child and she don't mind spending or doing for you, but she really can't? I think people are very unfair with those type of things.
Hey, thinking of juice though, I got something to say about Rob. So Rob, guess where he live right now though? On
Where?
Joy Road in Indiana.
You lying, Rob?
I was laughing. We was laughing. We was
What
all
are
laughing
you
earlier
doing on
when we
Joy
was listening
Road
to your
in
video.
Indiana?
When we was listening to your video earlier, I was like, did she say Joy Road? And yeah, I stay on Joy Road, Indiana.
Between
I stay closer
Mackenzie
to
and Belton.
McKenzie. I stay right on the corner house on McKenzie in Indiana.
Okay, well, I grew up in the middle of the block. Between between Mackenzie and Belton.
Wow.
In the middle of Indiana. I'm talking about my whole life, 21 years.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because when I heard that, I said she had to go to Mackenzie.
You know the Mansfield, they still on that block.
Oh my, the only people I know is the people across the street, and I've been there since 2010.
Oh, okay,
I really don't associate with too many people over there.
Okay. So you stay right across the street from the Gordons.
I don't know. He used to work for the city.
Indiana and Mackenzie.
Exactly.
So they stay across the street, Mr. and Mrs. Gordon.
I think I know an older couple.
Oh, yeah. You stay in the old trap house. Oh my God, you stay in the house with the black wrought iron gate or across the yellow house?
The yellow house.
So let me tell you something. One day I'll tell you a lot of stories about your house. Many a day in your house. It used to be couches on the lawn at your house. Plenty of fights at your house.
Now they nothing but a bunch of fishing gear, right?
Well, good. I'm glad you changed it because I'll never forget. We pulled a couch on that first Rent-A-Center delivery on the block that I knew of at the house.
That's what's up. You know that grocery store?
That is crazy. I'm telling you, you talking about hometown?
Yeah.
Is it hometown?
Talking about the supermarket.
Yeah, he told me about the juices up in there. That's why I said think of the juices. He told me about
she was trying to get all these juices. I got 6 of them today. They ain't no more left for
Ain't no more.
Nope.
My sister worked there. She do they books for them. She their accountant. So she do the books for the grocery store. So she told me she went and got the juice. She cleaned them all out. Right when they ain't had none left, girls.
I need me some juice. I didn't even know hometown. You know, I have a hot dog cart, and that was one of the first places I was selling.
I seen that. I had
on Joy Road in Wyoming, right?
Oh, you must have made it hot because in the summer, it's a dude there sell barbecue all summer.
Yeah, I was talking about 20 years ago. We talking about original.
Okay. Wow.
Still 05, yeah.
Okay.
That's what's up.
Okay.
That's my hood now.
Yeah, that's what's up. I love Detroit. Wow. So who's your favorite comedian, T-Barb?
Red Fox and Lucille Ball.
Oh my God, I love him. That's what's up.
Wow,
you know
Lucille Ball, huh?
Yeah, I love Martini.
Did she ever do stand-up or something?
Yeah,
because all I ever knew Lucille Ball for was Lucy.
I love Lucy.
I love Lucy. I ain't gonna lie. That's all I ever knew her for.
Man, let me tell you something. She started off acting for years. Then she started stand-up. She was the first woman to have her own show. Her first person to have an interracial relationship on TV. The first head of a studio.
Dizzy Arnaz, right?
She greenlit Star Trek, and she also greenlit Mission Impossible. So you wouldn't have those two without Lucille Ball.
Listen at you. You thought you know history. Look at you.
I love her too. I love Lucille.
I've been reading my books.
You've been reading your books. That's what's up. That's what's up. Them two greats too, for sure.
You know, I think that people always think of comedy. When I think of comedy, I think about not just the words of the stand-up itself. I think about the whole genre. I think about the culture of it. I think about the history. I think about the opportunities that people have created, like Red Fox being the age that he was and getting his own sitcom and bringing all his friends on board. Everybody on that show was his friend. Now, he didn't do the right thing with the money. Lucille Ball, on the other hand, she did excellent with her money and how she ran everything. But just watching them, because I felt like they're two trendsetters, and they're both totally different. Lucy was more clean cut. Red Fox, said whatever he wanted to say, however he wanted to say it. And you don't get that type of thing anymore where people not worried about being canceled, not worried about anything, just worried about the actual craft of comedy. So yeah, and of course Kool-Aid. We love Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's Martini Boy too.
You haven't know Martini Harris?
Yeah, I know Martini Harris well.
He was on our show last week.
Because I know Kool-Aid was his boy. That was his.
Yeah, they were best friends. They were best friends. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Martini's a great comedian as well.
Yes.
So you I see here where like for some of the things you've been involved in, just curious to know like out of these different things, and it might be more, it's mentioning like you had appearances on TV networks like Amazon Prime, BET, Soul, Fox. What opportunity has been maybe the most influential to you or helped you, or out of the opportunities that you've gotten, the different celebrities you've been around, what do you think was the most interesting and one that maybe you felt opened another door or something, or may open another door?
I think the TEDx was big. Having a TEDx was huge for me. And I think it opened up some other avenues as far as the speaking and the mentorship platforms and stuff. So I always love something that opens up another box within what I'm already doing. Another big opportunity that I felt was the first time I worked at the Hollywood Improv was a big deal for me coming out of Detroit and being able to dominate here, but going out of town and being able to hit big stages like that or world renowned stages, it meant a lot for my career. It showed people from out of town that yes, we are working, and it also allowed me to establish some strong relationships outside of just Detroit. Also headlining festivals, like I headlined the Motor City Comedy Festival. Was the only Black headliner the year that I did it, and the only one from Detroit. So that was also headlined the Motor City Women's Comedy Festival twice. I think that those were great things. We did a cameo on America's Got Talent, which was huge. I didn't even make it on nothing. I didn't tell it nothing. But at the auditions, they chose to highlight us and put us in several episodes with cameos saying things. So that was from a entertainment standpoint.
That's great.
No, it's
a lot. Probably a lot of different things.
I think hosting Live in the D was
Live in the D. I saw you on there with my girl.
Yeah, with Tati. I think that was another thing that opened up a lot of platforms because it's live TV, and just having the experience of being able to be live on TV and be seen for a week straight on, a station that's doing well already. I think
that's a lot of views too. The news is a lot of views. You know what I mean? That's a lot, and then local views.
And then another one we did was I did the it was called Love and it'll come to me in a minute, but it was an event.
Send me the video if you got some on it, or a video.
The Little Caesars Arena with Rip Hamilton snatched away.
Okay.
That was my first time working at Little Caesars Arena, first time sold out show of that size. So I mean, I've had a lot of moments in my career, but those are just a few that I felt were really like trend setting for me.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So what's the speed limit on the lodge?
112. 112. And if your tire smoking, 105.
That is
you got funny. A smoky tire, we're gonna need to take 15 miles per hour from you. You know, in Detroit, that tire will roll off and they'll still be doing the 118. Tire back on Joy Road. They on.
Oh my God.
I got a quick question for you, T-Barb. T-Barb, you got a vast experience of work-related jobs. You got a master's degree, and so hot dogs, healthcare, all social work. How did we get here? Where we at? Where you at right now? How did we get here, and where you going from here?
Okay, so how we got here? Cause I say long story short, just like every black person, and proceed to tell the longest story in the whole
What had
world.
happened was
So I'm trying to get out of the habit of like long story short. When
This
I was
one you supposed
12,
to.
when I was 12,
this.
my teacher said to me, like, I'm gonna try and get out of that. But what happened was I was doing adult protective services. I had just left children's protective services, and I wanted a more comfier job with the state. So one thing about the state of Michigan is that seniority is such a big deal. So I get to go over to this comfy job. One of my coworkers does comedy as a hobby. She invites me to a show. I go out at the time. I
heard this.
Yeah, I was still with my son's father, and I was gonna throw him this comedy show for his birthday party. Well, we broke up.
Show must go on.
It wasn't no comedy show. Now it changes to, well, you should try comedy. You funny around the office. You cracking everybody up. And I was always a clown. Like, right. I don't know why they let me in the office because there wasn't nobody going to do no work long as I was there because we was going to talk and eat some sandwiches and shit. And for real, working from home was the best thing the state could have did for me because, baby, I'm a distraction. So I'm distracted in the whole office. And she invited me. She told me to get 3 minutes of material. And at the time, I was at one of the roughest portions of my life ever. And I did it, and I loved it. It was like a spark went off. And when the spark went off, I just never stopped doing it from there.
That
was almost 9 years ago now.
9 years.
Wow.
So
and I'm sure it wasn't all smooth at first, right?
It ain't all smooth now.
No, but I'm saying at least you kind of like when we seen you, we can tell you were seasoned. You know, like you got jokes that you know that work for you and it's part of your routine. You probably had to throw some shit away at first. And like that ain't gonna work.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit you gotta throw away because as a comedian, that's just like everybody in Detroit. I'm funny. My auntie said this joke was a killing. My cousin, your auntie ain't at this comedy show with you. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you have to test that shit out for yourself. And what's so crazy is when you first start, you think you better than what you is. You know what I'm saying? So you like, I was tearing that. I be listening to that shit and I'm like, they was laughing at this shit. Like, I can't believe it. That they didn't put me out, you know. But
well, I just gotta say that I know the one thing I noticed is that you are really good with being interactive. And I like that kind of comedy where you looking at me, you was looking at us and you was interacting with us, you know, and then I'm, you know, and I like interactive comedy, you know what I'm saying? So that's one of the first things I noticed is that you were like bringing us in, like we was like in the living room and you was talking to us.
it was living room. It was living room. So
it's about the size of my living room.
I mean, it looked like a living room. Was enough people to fit in my living room. So it was living room. But it's technically called improv comedy, you know, when you kind of going off the cusp and kind of catering. And I take pride in that. I feel like I customize all my comedy to every situation. I never go in thinking I'm just going to give them this rigid like this. I go in and kind of evaluate the situation, and then I'm going to try and craft the jokes or the experience that I feel suits this situation that I've stepped into.
Right, exactly.
So we heard earlier on one of your interviews, you were comparing, was it in Indiana crowd to Detroit, or just any crowd to how it is in Detroit?
Any.
You were saying how we ain't coming like knowing we, you know, more soft and kind of like, yeah, you know, we about to laugh. We coming to like check you. We coming to like, you know, okay, do she really know what she got? Do she got something going on? So I heard you explain that earlier. But so that's how you feel with Detroit. That's how you feel the crowd is here. We real tough.
That's what it is. That ain't how I feel. That's what it is. Detroit is, for instance, it takes people from Detroit more to laugh. So I guess we've been through a lot. So ain't no Pillsbury Doe people, you know, ain't no it's we really want to laugh. And then I do feel like people from Detroit, because everybody here is a star. Everybody in Detroit is a celebrity. They feel like they have just as much talent as you. Forget your 8.5 years of studying this craft and being on 1,000 stages. Who cares? I'm funny because I'm funny and I'm funnier than you. And I'm coming in here because I want to see if I'm funnier than you or if I feel like I can do what you do or if you're going to make me laugh. So yeah, I do believe that. I believe that to be true. And every comedian across the country will tell you the same exact thing. They love coming to Detroit because we going to come out, we'll spin, we looking for something to do. But if you coming to Detroit, you need to be ready. And I tell all the don't come over here thinking he unless you just have a fan base like that. If you have a fan, if every last person there just knows your work and so they know your cadence and what they're getting, that's something different. If you an average person, you need to strap your boots on. Don't come over here playing because we will embarrass you.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
You ever met Keisha Cole?
No, but people always calling me Keisha Cole.
You look just like Keisha Cole.
Oh, yeah, you look like her. You definitely.
That's your cousin. That's your cousin.
Hey, my daddy was a hoe, so we never know. She said she don't know hers, so she might want to holler at me. I might could help her unlock the key or something, because my daddy was definitely hoeing. And for a minute, he was running them routes around the country. So, and her mama already liked that. So, my daddy love a toxic bitch. So, I think it might be a connection.
Oh my God. Okay, so I got a question for you. So you got a heavenly concert, right? We asked each other this question this morning. Let me get out the people.
Here we go.
You going to a heavenly concert, one night opening at Club Heavenly, one performer.
Okay.
Who you going to see? Aaliyah, Marvin Gaye, Luther Vandross, Prince, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Aretha Franklin, or Maze?
Or damn, you gonna say all that? A concert got more than one act.
I know, but you can only compare one of these. It's a heavenly.
You only get
they
one,
are
Barb.
I'm going with Michael Jackson. I'm going with
we all said Michael
Jackson. Because you only can have one. Now, if you can have more than one, I'm going Michael Jackson, Whitney.
That's what I said.
That's
Michael Jackson, Whitney, Aretha.
Yeah.
I figure I'm gonna get the entertainment from Mike. I'm gonna get more of a show from Mike, where not that I won't get a show from Whitney, but it ain't gonna be, like that type of show. Michael Jackson.
Whitney gonna be singing. It's gonna be the Halo. Mike, you gonna get different layers. It's gonna be fire. It's gonna be
It's gonna be all types of stuff.
He gonna flap the crowd.
I'm gonna love it.
Yeah,
I love Mike out of that. I would have to pick Mike out of that.
I went to a Michael Jackson concert at the Silver Dome back in the day.
Yeah,
and
me too.
People were when they was dying and shit and passing out.
Yeah.
And the thing is, for him to put on the act back before we had all of this technology and all of these lights, and like now they can do that more easily. Then you know how much effort it took for him to be able to put that type of show on. That's crazy.
No, that's crazy. Right. So faith over fear, tales of a retired hood rat. So are you gonna do an audio book?
I am thinking about it.
I think you should, because your voice is very distinctive, and I think that it would be great. That's what I want.
Well, put it in the universe. I'm
putting it in the universe.
It's really short, so
it's okay. That's why it's good. You ain't got to read a lot.
But I am thinking about it because I think that I wrote the book sometime a couple years ago, and then I took it out of publication. And people were constantly asking me about the book, asking me about the message. So I decided to, to reprint it for the sake of really simply inspiring somebody else who may have started with humble beginnings, such as myself, and is not seeing a way out of things or not figuring out a way to make their exit or to start on a new life. So that's what the book is about. Of course, it's available on my website, which is tbarbisfunny.com. And it's really
I'll put it all in there. We're gonna put that everywhere throughout the that is beautiful. And your cookbook. So tell us about the vegan. I want to know about you being vegan and everything.
Okay.
I am amazed by vegans because and you know what? I must have looked up something about vegan recipe because now all that's come up on my timeline is walnut burgers and they be looking like real meat, girl. So when did you start that journey with being vegan?
Well, I am going on, if I'm going on I'm going on 9 years in February.
Wow.
Since I've had a piece of meat. Like I've had some fish in between that time, but since I've had like a burger, turkey, anything, chicken, anything like that. And it really was just a choice. I went on a sacrifice with my church at the time, and I chose to sacrifice meat. And then when it was time to eat it again, I just continued to make that sacrifice. So it's just been going ever since. And at first, I was eating cheese and stuff. The vegan part has really maybe been like a couple years now where I the cheese, the milk, and the dairy and stuff like that. So it really is. And I always used to think that I was the most discriminated population because I was a Black woman until I became a vegan. And then I realized,
wow,
Black people have nothing on the discrimination that the vegan community experiences.
I bet. I bet. I bet. So what do you do videos like reels? I want to do a reel with you. We got to do a collabo for real, some TikToks or something for real. We got to do some stuff. But do you do vegan cook videos? You should.
I do. I have a page on Instagram called Hood Rat Kitchen. I don't do that as much as I should. I used to, but now I'm going to get back to doing one every Monday. So if everybody follows that page, every Monday I'm going to do some type of, whether it's a tip on being vegan, a new vegan spot in Detroit that people can go to and things like that. So yeah,
that's what's up.
Demystify it. Yeah.
That's what's up. All right, what y'all got? We're going to wrap it up. We got about 5 minutes here. So we're going to wrap it up with shout outs and last questions or what's going on for T Barb in the future 2025. You got any resolutions or anything?
You know what? I don't have any resolutions, but I am getting ready to work on my goal setting worksheets today, which I think is very important to go into the year with the goals that you want to accomplish. So I'm getting ready.
What's your next event? What's your next one coming up? We could come out to see you again.
Well, so I'm working on something for the end of the month because I'm going by coastal. So I'm getting a place in California.
Okay. So, look at you. I'm glad we got you while you in the day.
We got a friend in California now, y'all. We got a friend in Cali.
Right.
For sure. I just got cast on season 2 of The Stranger in Our House, which is an amazing series on Tubi and Amazon Prime by Renika McQueen Echols. Y'all go check that out. So I'll be taping next month for that.
Okay.
Have me a little role. I'm also waiting on my own show to come out on Tubi. It's called Only in My Hood. Y'all know Tubi is gonna drop when it drops, but just continue to keep looking.
Y'all, but you gotta let us be in here to What Up Doe podcast.
I gotta have y'all 16. It's 6 episodes. I'm extremely proud. It's my first project that I was the executive producer, also co-producer, the host, the writer, the casting director. So awesome. It was really a good project. So that'll be coming out soon. And other than that, I'll be on the road. Make sure everybody catches me on the gram. Of course, it's I am T Barb on IG or comedian T Barb, and we have the book coming out. So just waiting on that series to drop, getting ready to do a little more acting, and getting ready for this transition into a California lifestyle.
Wow, that's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what's up. So all right, you want to give any shout outs, any last minute shout outs to anybody?
I said, so long, Joy Roll.
Right. You holding it down for me though. That's why.
Yeah, he holding it down in your old spot too.
Oh my God. I'm telling you, one day we're gonna sit down. I'm gonna tell you.
You're gonna tell me the whole school.
We're gonna meet at starters.
From a spot to the spot to a home.
Wow.
And Cat Corner across from you is the Gordons. Very nice people. My child best friend still come over there all the time to see her parents. So I'm gonna let them know I met their neighbor.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. And when we come to Cali, we're gonna have to see you and run into you.
No, absolutely. And whatever I have coming up here, because I am working on doing a little something at the end of January. You know, I keep the What Up Doe crew posted.
Right, for sure. High Society, that was good. That little spot, I like that. That was real grown.
And that's every Thursday with Coco. So she'll have different comedians there. So people looking for something to do, they can pop. You know, sometimes you gotta pop out and show.
For sure.
Mhm.
For sure. All right. Well, thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you. And this usually takes about a 30-day process. We're gonna try to have you together by the end of the month. We'll have the video edited and I'll send it to you first.
All right. Well, thank you about it, Mom.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. And you know, we'll be able to say when it's over with, we'll be able to say, you know what, we interviewed Barb before she was all that, and she was like Monique and all that.
That's right. Hold on to it, baby.
Hold on to it. And I'm claiming that audio book for you too.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, blessings to you. Blessings to you on everything else you got going on. Praying for you. We know everything gonna be the best. We're gonna see you out there.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Donnie. Thank you, Rob. Thank you.
You will be great. You will be great. You born for greatness, baby.
Thank you. I appreciate
Make Joy Road proud, baby.
Make Joy Road proud. In hometown,
hometown the block.
Mackenzie staying in the house.
I can't leave you alone. I whoop too many asses outside your house. This for you. This for you.
Well, if you over there, you know you can stop over Rob's house and get you a bottle of water.
Go back down memory lane. I don't want to go in there because a ghost might pop out and say, "Get out."
Exactly. You ain't lying. All right, see y'all. Have a good one.
All right. Now.
Welcome to the What Up Doe podcast, the podcast with one queen and two king crusaders. Hosted by the dynamic trio, Donnell Warren, Helen Blashars, and Robert Nelson. Lifelong friends hailing from the iconic Martin Luther King Jr. Senior High School in Detroit, Michigan. This show is your go-to source for an exhilarating mix of entertainment buzz, community news, and heartfelt discussions. In a world that keeps throwing struggles our way, from politics to personal struggles, we're on a mission to lift each other up and heal those wounded hearts with joy and humor. Join us as we navigate this wild ride called life. Share stories, insight, and plenty of laughs along the way. Don't miss out. Enjoy the What Up Doe podcast wherever you enjoy your favorite podcast. Also join our vibrant community on YouTube at What Up Doe 313 Detroit.
Lions still winning. Can't be. You know the Lions still winning. They is. You know the Lions still winning. For real. They said we couldn't do it and we did it. They did.